My friends, thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to do a get ready with me video. It's going to have a little bit of chit chat, probably a little bit of silliness in it. The video's already started off on as a bomb because I recorded probably 6 minutes of it without the microphone turned on. So I will tell you what I already went and did. I applied, where is it? Here is it. Here it is. I have 2 different primers on my face, okay? And I might put the clip in so you can see me putting it on. But on the right side, I am using the Wear Fit Pore Primer. Many of you asked me what I thought of this, and I saw this advertised on Instagram. And when they do it on Instagram, as soon as they put it on, it like gives you this flawless, smooth skin. All right, so I put it on. I did not see that immediately, but I will say after it has been on for a few minutes, it has softened this line right here. I don't sag as much as I sag on this side, but if you look at my face side to side, this side is a little bit softer than it normally is. So it did help to fade that a little bit. This side here is a little more creased because as a child, that's where I slept, on my side. I haven't slept on my side in years because of my reflux, but you would think that would have gone away a little bit, but it didn't. Okay, so I did put this one on the right side so that we can try that out. But while I was in CVS, I saw that Revlon has a new primer, and it's the Prime Plus, Photo Ready Prime Plus Perfecting and Smoothing Makeup Skincare Primer. So I went ahead and put this one on. I will tell you, I pumped and pumped and pumped and pumped, and the pump never worked. So there was a problem with the pump, so I finally took the top off and put it in my hand. It is a little bit thicker in consistency, and it has a tackiness on the skin. Both of them do, but it is a primer, so we'll see where it goes from there. And neither one of them really, I'll tell you, the longer this one is on, here on the right side, something does happen. My pores are really starting to minimize on this side. It did not soften this line like it did on this side, and my lip lines are a little bit blurred, more so than this side. Okay, so keep that in mind. Sorry that I did not have the video plugged in. All right, so another thing that I have been asked about for quite a while, and I actually did do a video on this the other day, but I'm having a hard time with location, so the video was a complete bomb as far as lighting. So today we're trying this, and we're hoping that it turns out. Many of you wanted to know what I thought of the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Moisturizing Makeup with an SPF of 45. I have worn this a couple of times, and you know when you put your makeup on and sometimes you just feel really good and you say, I look really good. This makeup does not do that for me. It accentuates all the texture on my face, but I'm going to go ahead and put it on today so that you guys can see what it looks like. It looks much better in photos than it does on camera. And I actually had Lou watch the video because I thought, you know, we're always our biggest critic. So I said, Lou, watch this video and let me know what you think of the, you know, quality of it. And he automatically just notices me. And he said, I go, and it won't hurt my feelings. I want you to be honest with me with what you think about the way it looks. And he goes, it's not your best look. He goes, it's that makeup. So, I mean, and Lou's not one to really notice. He notices if a woman has on a ton of makeup, but he really doesn't, you know, say, oh, her makeup's orange. Well, I can say, oh my goodness, she didn't get that color right. Lou never notices stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take a squirt because I have found that 1 squirt is plenty coverage. You do not need more if you're somebody who likes the coverage that I like, which is, I like a medium coverage. I don't like anything that goes in the heavy. Now, I did get Tawny 3W1, which is tawny, and I do like applying it best with the Beauty Blender. So this is not the Beauty Blender. This is my Sonja Kashuck sponge, which I prefer over the Beauty Blender. So I'm just going to go ahead and tap this in. Now, I want to say this about the foundation. If you get the right amount, it's gorgeous. It really, really is. And I did find when I wore it, it didn't really oxidize on me, which some foundations do. It does give you a beautiful, beautiful glow, but if you're someone who doesn't care for a glow, then that's not going to really please you. With one pump on the whole face, you don't get the texture accentuated as much as you do if you wear two, for me. So just keep that in mind, because I think many of you are probably going to like this on camera. I will insert a picture, or perhaps put it on Instagram, the picture from the other day, because it does look beautiful in photographs. Okay, so that is one pump, and it looks really nice if you stay with one pump. If you go with two pumps and you don't need two pumps, or you have really heavily textured skin, it's going to take a turn for the worse on you really quick, okay? So I also bought this one, but we're not going to try this today. We'll try it another day. The Natural Defense Foundation from Physicians Formula. We'll try that another day. For concealer, I'm trying to finish this up. This is the Shiseido, but I will say it worked for me when I first purchased it, but because my eyes are changing so much underneath, and they have decided to take on the look of a roadmap, this isn't really working for me. It's not the best concealer for me anymore, but I'm going to go ahead and finish it up, and I'm just going to use less of it. That's how I rectify it. I just use less, and I only put it there. I'm not going to bring any here or here, because this is just going to all fill in and work towards the outer part of the eye. And that is the Shiseido Synchro, or something it's called. Everything will be listed and linked below for you. If I sit here and name everything, we're going to be here for way too long, my friends. So I'm just going to take that same damp sponge, and I'm going to carry that out immediately to the outer part around my temple, because I have all that green veins. And using this small amount allows me to finish this up, because I don't over apply then. So that's what it looks like. It really is a nice concealer, and it works really well if you don't have as many wrinkles as I have underneath your eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this side, and that's what it looks like when it's blended down. It's really nice. I am going to take just a bit of that, and I'm going to put it on my eyelids. I'm just going to put one little dot of it on my eyelids. And I'm going to go in with the sponge and just prime my lid and get rid of all the blueness and the darkness. So there we have it. Foundation, one layer. It really is beautiful. Gives you great, great glow if you're somebody that's into the glow. And this color is a good match if you're the same color as me. I did not find it oxidized. And the concealer is really nice if you don't have a lot of wrinkles underneath your eyes. So I'm going to go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Magic powder. This I love. I'm just going to tap some in the lid and then tap it out, because I find that gives me just enough in the lid to take my sponge and pick up. And you'll see there's still enough in there. Now I'm going to just tap underneath my eyes lightly, and then I'm going to take that powder and set it very quickly, and then turn it over and just pick up the excess powder. And that is the way I set my concealer. I do have to set my concealer, and probably many of you do as well, because it just will crease if you don't. So we want to make sure we have the roadmap out, and I will go in and just place that powder underneath, get it right up underneath the lash line, and then turn it over and take any excess off. And that is setting the eyes. So now I will put the lid back on my powder, and I'll take a little bit again, tap it, and that will give me enough to go in with my BK Beauty, and this is the 102 brush. Love this brush. And I'm just going to go ahead and twist it around and work that powder into the fibers of the brush so that I don't get cake face. And then I tap off anything, and I'll go ahead and just tap that, go up to my forehead where I'm going to place most of my powder products, and then I'm just going to go ahead and lightly powder the rest. Okay, so I have finished up with the powder. So we are going to move on. And while I was in CVS, I saw these by Revlon Skin Lights, and it says that this is Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Bronzer. Silky soft texture with crystal-like pigmentation a flattering, pure glow without the glitter, non-cakey. So it said without the glitter, and I said, okay, we'll give it a try. This could be a hot mess, my friends, when I put it on. But I did get 2 of them. This one is 110 in my right hand, and this is 115. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead in with 115. It's a little bit on the bronzier side. And I'm going to take my BK Beauty brush. This is the 103. This is the brush I have been using to apply all of my bronzers. So I'm going to go ahead and tap into this and pray for the best, my friends. I don't see any glitter at all, but you never know once we get it on. So let's see. So far, so good. Let's really get in there because I don't think it's really picking up a ton of product. So let's get that brush loaded up. Okay, and now let's go in with it. It's actually very, very pretty. It is very pretty, and it does have a little tiny bit of shimmer going on, which if you have a lot of texture or wrinkle in your cheek area, this may not be good, but if you don't, that is really pretty. It has a beautiful, beautiful glow. So let's go ahead and do the other cheek. Okay, so that is the Revlon bronzer. I'm going to take a swatch of it on my hand, and then I'll take the 110. The 110 might be just a pretty for a blush or very fair-skinned. So that is the difference. This is the 110 and that's the 115. Let's go ahead and do this and see what we get. So you see, I actually think I will prefer this one, the lighter of the two, in the long run. Very, very nice. Okay, so those have no glitter. That's a good thing. All right, so now I do have enough glow on my cheeks, but I'm going to go ahead and put some Buxom Seychelles on. And I just use a little bit just to pop on the cheek here. And that just helps to lift the cheeks up a little bit for us. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my lips on. And this is the lip liner from Lancome, and this is Charm. It's just a nice pink. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. It's Charm. So now I'm going to go in with the Revlon gloss, and this is in 246. Put that on over the Charm. Okay, so that was the Revlon gloss in Blissed Out, all right? Okay. And I ran off to do my eyebrows, which are a little wild and crazy today. But I am seeing a little bit of oxidation with the Revlon bronzer that I put on. So I would definitely reach for the lighter. All right, so now I ordered this. And at first I thought, what, are you crazy? Because this is expensive, I think. But you can get, I think it's 15% off on his website. I think if you join the email or something like that, or just your first time purchasing, it's like a welcome discount or something. When you go on the website, you'll see it. But anyway, it's the Scott Barnes. He's Jennifer Lopez's makeup artist. And he came out with his own eyeshadow palettes. And so I went and I got this one here. And I've only tried it once, and it will be the eye look that I'm wearing in the picture that I inserted earlier. And this right here does have some beautiful, beautiful colors. We as aging women are able to wear this because there's no glitter. It does look like it, these shiny ones, but they're more satin, and they really are beautiful. And so far the palette really does work well. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a little tutorial playing around here. I think I'll just go in and start with the muted, which is right here. It's just a nice neutral tone, and I'm just going to sweep that onto my lid. And these colors really do go on nicely, because I was worried. I thought, oh, this is not, I mean, I know we see him on Tati's channel a lot, but these shadows are not like Tati's. I hate to say it, but they're a step above. And they are more wearable for aging women or younger women that just don't like all that glitter. Just put the muted on my whole eyelid. So now I'm going to go in with the vintage, which is kind of a mauvey beige right here. And I'm using a big fluffy brush here, and I'm just going to tap into that and pick up enough color, and I'm just going to go in my crease and just start to define the crease ever so lightly. So I'm just using that same color vintage, and I'm just building it up to where I want it. And notice I'm really working the crease and above. So I'm just starting to really define the crease area, which my crease is getting less and less, ladies. Less and less. Age is not for the weak. Okay, so I have just really, it's a very neutral eye right now. So now I'm going to go in with, we'll go in with Boudoir because I have pinky or lipstick on. Boudoir is a burgundy type tone. So I'm going to change the brush here. I want to go with a brush where I can control the color a little bit better. So you want to go with a denser brush or a smaller brush. So I'm going to go in with Boudoir. I'm going to pick that up. I'm going to tap it into my mirror. The mirror is really nice that comes with this. So I'll go ahead and load that brush up, really work it into the fibers of the brush. And then I'm going to go back into the outer crease, and I'm just going to lay that color down. And I just want to build the outer crease and lower lid out. So I'm just really circling it. I'm not going anywhere near the center of the eye. I'm just focusing on this outer part. So it looks something like that. Picking that up. It's very important. There's not a lot of dust that comes off of these. Some of them have a little bit more than others, but there's not a whole lot. But I still like to go in and tap the brush into the mirror, which I'm doing while I'm talking to you, and just really work it into the fibers. And then you want to just close your eye. You're not closing it like this. You're just closing it where you're peeking. And you just want to work that into the outer crease. And we're not dragging it down, ladies. We're keeping it right here and just really working that color in little circular motions. And then look to make sure they're even. And if they're not, and mine aren't, so I have to take a little bit more on this side and really work it in. I'm not pressing hard on the brush. Okay, and I just want to do a little bit more on this side. Okay, so now you want to go back in with a really fluffy brush, and you're just going to soften that line on the outer edge, work up on the corner, soften the line. I'm not really going towards the lid. I'm just softening that line. Now here, I will just soften slightly. I'm not taking any of that outer corner color off. So I'm left with something that looks like that. This is really getting orange, my friends, really. Okay. Okay, so I have just put a little bit of that boudoir on the corner. So now I've picked up another brush, and I'm going to go into Brazen. Okay, there's not really a burgundy satin finish here, so I'm going to go in with the brown, and I'm just going to tap that lightly onto the brush, work it into the fibers, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to really work it into the fibers even more. And now I'm just going, this has turned into a lesson, my friends, and I'm going to just go over that boudoir with that brown so lightly, and that's just to give that outer corner a little lift of color. You see the difference? This is flat. Now it has the satin finish. It's really beautiful, and that is the Brazen. All right, I could have gone in with Saucy as well. And I'm just going to go ahead and work that in and just slightly up. I don't want to put it too far up. And it just brings that color to life. So now you want to go in with a clean brush because I'm a little wonky on this side. I need to go in and blend that up and out. And the same thing on this side, up and out. so that they look somewhat alike. Now I'm just going to take a little bit more of that boudoir, and I want to build up just here to really intensify the burgundy. Same thing on this side. And now I'm going to clean that up. Pretty much the look for the eye. I'm not going to do anything underneath because I went heavy on top. So I really do like this. I mean, I think that the satin finishes are really beautiful. These are the two colors that I was working with. This is the brazen, the boudoir, and then this one here is the brazen. Really, really pretty colors. Let me do them. Let me swatch that again for you so you can really see it. They're just really, really pretty shades. And then this was the other one, the vintage, which is almost the same color as my flesh. And then the muted, which is just a white. And those are the four colors that I worked with on my eyes, okay? So now what I'm going to do is take my hair out of the rollers and put my mascara on, and I'll be back with the finished look. All right, my friends, I'll be right back. All right, my friends, I am back with the finished look. I finished up using the Chanel Le Volume mascara, but I also wanted to make mention of this pencil here from Chanel, the Brun Agape, that many of you suggested for me as far as color. And it is a beautiful color. It does come very, very close to the NARS Via Pia pencil. But I will say that this pencil does not last on my tight line, and it also transfers down to my waterline. The NARS pencil did not do that. So I do not know why NARS had to play around with their pencils and discontinue that color. It's beautiful. Bring it back, please. All right, so that is my finished look using a couple of new things. The foundation feels very comfortable on the skin, and like I said, as long as you learn the right amount that you need for your skin, you will do okay with this foundation. It does have a beautiful, beautiful glow. And I will say, when I'm looking in the viewfinder, this looks very orange to me, but when I went back into my bathroom, it does not look orange, although I think I got a little heavy with it, but I was trying to show you the color. All right, my friends, so the Revlon is not bad. It doesn't have any glitter to it, which is really, really nice, and it gives you a nice glow. And the foundation really, really, really does look very, very pretty on the skin. It's not really accentuating the texture at this point, but if I were to put another layer on it, it's a hot mess, my friends. The earrings I'm wearing are very, these are Kendra Scott earrings that I got at TJ Maxx a while ago. I have not seen them in there. I have them in every color now. Love them. The bracelet is Victoria Emerson. I love them, love them, love them. They have Swarovski crystals in them. They're trimmed in leather, and then they're kind of like the, what was it, a Chanlu that was around years ago. Well, these are the exact same thing, but more affordable, and they're just really fun bracelet. This one has chain and crystals in it, so you get a really almost an edgy look to it, and I love it because it matches my rosy tone. I did buy these a while ago, and with moving, I just kind of found them again and said, ooh, I love them. I always loved the Chanlu, but I always thought they were so expensive, and to be honest with you, my friends, I used to make these, but these are not a bad price. All right, my friends, so I hope you enjoyed this. I just wanted to chit-chat a little before I do my empties video, so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to record my empties video, then I'm going to go out and walk my dog. All right, if you haven't already subscribed, I would love to have you as an ageless beauty, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and right next to it is a bell that notifies you to all the videos that I'm putting up. Until the next time, my friends, go out in the world and be happy, healthy, beautiful, and most of all, my friends, lovable. I love you all. Bisous.